All right, what going on? What going on? Hey, look, I want y'all to check out this content creator page right here. I was just strolling, man, up and down YouTube, and word is, it's a talk about Tupac not being put on some West Coast list as, I guess, one of the greatest that ever did it coming out of the West Coast, even though Tupac is from New York. As a matter of fact, I think his name used to be MC New York way back in the day. But I mean, hey man, when you great, you great. He came out to the West Coast after he got out of prison, jail or whatever, and he did his thing, man. I mean, even though Snoop Dogg and the Dogg Pound and, you know, Warren G and all of them, they was doing their thing. Ice Cube, Eazy-E, all of them. You know, they was doing their thing out in that area, you know. But, man, it's something about Tupac. When he came to that West Coast, man, he put that West Coast show enough on the map, man. I mean, everybody that, shout out to Jim Jones, because he even said in an interview, when he came out to the West Coast to see anybody rap, it was pretty much Tupac. You know, this ain't no knock to all the other rappers, because they are great too. But let's be real. A lot of them, they was jealous of Tupac, man. Because Tupac, no homo, he wasn't no ugly ass dude. He had swag. And he know how to rock the crowd. And then the stuff he rapped about, it was heartfelt. You know, he rapped about a lot of serious topics. You know, even though NWA, they did too. But, I mean, hey, man, when you got the gift of gab, people just gonna gravitate towards you. You know, and then Tupac had that voice, man. He used to just come from the heart with it. You know, you talking about somebody that can write a whole album within like a week, when it was taking, you know, other rappers, probably Snoop Dogg and all them, it'll take them a whole month or two just to write an album. You know, and I'm gonna tell y'all this. A lot of those rappers, man, they're glad Tupac dead, bro. A lot of them, bro. I'm talking about a lot of them that you seen him in videos with, he was on songs with, a lot of them that was in the death row camp. Man, them boys glad Tupac got assassinated, man. Because they was jealous of him, bro. They hated him. You know, you can go back and look at certain videos of certain rappers and CEOs and managers, you know, when they was getting asked questions about Tupac. Just look at their facial expression, bruh. A lot of those guys was glad Tupac got assassinated, man. You know, but they'll come and play like, oh, it's so bad, I miss Tupac. No, you don't, man. You glad that man died. Now you got a lot of dudes coming out of the woodwork. Now they want to talk bad about Tupac now that he dead. I think that's the most sissiest shit to me, man. You know what I'm saying? But when the man was alive and Suge Knight, all them was out of prison, all the Outlaws members, nobody went dead. You couldn't pay now one of them guys to speak nothing about them dudes in terms of anything bad. They were scary dudes, bro. A lot of them were scary dudes, man. They just done grown up and made something of themselves, you know, because I even heard stories out here about how Suge Knight used to do a lot of those cats in the studio, smack them around, you know what I'm saying, talk to them any kind of way. Like, they was real scared of Suge, man. But I hear Pac wasn't scared of him. Pac used to speak his mind to Suge, you know what I'm saying? Even though he probably couldn't beat Suge, because, you know, Tupac was a little dude, man. But he just had heart, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gone after I say this. the moral of the story, man, is a lot of those guys were just pure jealous, envious, hateful of Tupac. That's why he didn't get put on the list, because they feel like he wasn't from the West Coast. It took a dude to come out of New York to the West Coast and really just set the whole state on fire, man. You know, now I'm not gonna lie, Snoop Dogg, he was doing his thing, because Snoop Dogg, he dropped a lot of hits too. But I even think Snoop Dogg even became jealous of Tupac, because he came to Death Row, man, and just took everybody like without even trying. You know, so that's my take. It's just a bunch of jealousy, man. Even some of your newest rappers today, you know, they jealous too, because people talk more about Tupac today still, after 20-some years of his death. They still talk about Tupac more today than some of your newest artists that just came out 10 years back on up to now. And it's just pure jealousy, man. You know, I keep telling y'all, a lot of these dudes got sissified spirits, man. These be the little boys that you used to play with growing up. Just was some scary dudes, bro. You could smack them, they wouldn't do nothing, they'll run home. But I ain't gonna get into that. They know who they are, you know. But we all know Pop, he represented the West Coast, you know, to the max. And shout out to Tupac and the rest of the Outlaw members, you know what I'm saying? They did their thing, man. And I think the Outlaws, they was from like parts of Jersey. Like none of them wasn't really from LA, let alone California. I meant California, let alone LA or whatever. But that's my take, man. It's just a bunch of jealousy. They know what it is. They just some hating ass niggas.